I did this class for myself this weekend because I was really craving some like movement that wasn't super intense and felt really good in my body. And I just wanted to create space in my body. And I think also in light of it, turning to spring, we're probably all really tired too. So there's a lot of circular motion. I'm calling this a mandala flow because we're going to be moving a lot throughout the class, a lot of circular elements to the class. So a little bit more fluid than maybe some of my classes traditionally have been. But with that essence, we can go ahead and get started in Virasana. And we'll just be seated on our blocks in the back of the mat. You can all press play together on our playlist as you're ready. I will get started with my playlist as well with you. So place your hands on the tops of your thighs. Feel the crown of the head reach up toward the sky. Just observe the breath pulling in and out through your body. Again, no expectation of where the breath is in this moment, but allow yourself to just land exactly as you are. I know for me, I'm a little extra tired today, but know that that energy of movement is going to really help awaken the body. So just observe where you are today and how you're feeling. And land there exactly. Take a full breath in through your nose. Sigh it out the mouth, exhale. Big breath in, fill it up. Exhale out the mouth. And slowly flutter your eyes open, or you can keep them closed. We're just going to do a couple of head rolls. So drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Bring your chin to your chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Gaze up to the sky. And again, big circle. Try to keep the shoulders pulling down toward the earth. Maybe stop in the places that feel a little more tense today. Switch it out, other side, left ear, left shoulder. Bring your chin to your chest. Right ear, right shoulder. And gaze up toward the sky. Nice work, guys. Open up your eyes, reach the arms up to the sky on your inhale. Drop your right hand down onto the earth. Just take a side body stretch. So we're going to start here with a little bit of hold, and then we're going to start to flow and move. Gaze underneath your armpit. Ground down into your left sitting bone. Take a full breath into the left side body. And exhale, reach your left arm over toward the left side of the mat. And you're just going to make a big circle, drag your fingertips across the mat, and then come over to the other side. So left hand down, right arm overhead, and gaze underneath the armpit. It'll become a little bit more fluid in a moment's time, but just try to find those areas again that feel a little sticky. Wrap your tricep down. Feel the heart rotate up toward the sky. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then inhale, rise back up, both arms to the sky. We're going to go the opposite direction. Left hand down, right arm over. A little bit quicker this time. Drag fingertips across front of mat. Right hand down, left arm up and over. And reach both arms up. Switch it out, other side, last time. Right hand down. Rotate around, left palm down, right arm overhead. Reach both arms up, last side. Left hand down, right arm overhead. Feel the entire right side body lengthen, and then the left side lengthen as you reach left arm overhead. Reach both arms up. Nice, drop hands down by the sides, interlace fingers, drag knuckles down, lift the chest, maybe keep the eyes closed, pulling the gaze inward. Lift the chest, full breath in. Smooth breath out. And release everything, coming into a tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips over your knees. And just a couple cat-cows here. Drop the belly, scoop the heart. Squeeze shoulder blades together as you drive down into the palms and the shin. And exhale, cat pose, lift and curl. Again, a little bit more traditional movement to start, and we'll add on drop belly, heart forward, cow facing. Exhale, cat pose, lift and curl. Last one like that. Breathe in, create space along the front line of the body. And exhale, press the mat away, gaze in between the thighs. Adding on, drop your hips over toward the right heel. You're gonna press your arms straight, move your hips over toward the left heel, and then come all the way back around. Again, you're just making big circles with the hips. Move down and up and around. You can always add or subtract. Just starting to feel into, again, those spaces that feel like they need a little bit of love, really gently. Switching it out, other side. Left hip, left heel, move it over toward the right, bring a big circle back over to center. We're just gonna do that 3 times. I like to keep the eyes closed, and it's a really nice way to more intuitively listening to the body that way. Come back to center, inhale, tabletop. Tuck toes under, downward facing dog, just lift the hips. Take a full breath into your back body, inhale. Smooth breath out the nose. Again, big breath in. Smooth breath out. Maybe bend the knees a little bit so the sitting bones can lift up toward the sky. Press the mat away a lot. Feel the triceps drop down as the belly pulls up and in. Big inhale. And exhale. Ripple forward into plank pose, inhale. Lower down into your knees again into tabletop. Listen here, friends. You're gonna keep the toes tucked under. Moving into a little bit of a different flow here. Drop the belly, scoop the heart forward, cow facing. Keeping those toes tucked under, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, ripple forward into plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, lower all the way down to the belly. Baby Cobra, inhale, Bhujangasana. Hold and breathe for a beat. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Can you press down into the toes? Feel your kneecaps lift as the pelvis stays heavy, big breath. And exhale, tap forehead down. Press it back, child's pose. Big toes together, knees open wide. Let the forehead rest down on the earth. Maybe keep the forearms lifted as taking a more of an active child's pose here. Big breath in. Smooth breath out. Moving with a little bit more flow. Inhale, shift forward, tabletop. Drop the belly, cow facing pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Baby Cobra, inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tap forehead down, press it back, child's pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Start to dance with the breath. Last one. Inhale, shift forward, tabletop, drop belly, scoop heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ripple forward into plank pose. Lower all the way down to your belly. Baby Cobra, inhale. Exhale, tap forehead down, press it back, child's pose. Full breath in. Smooth breath out. Shift forward into tabletop and just come downward facing dog. Big breaths. As you inhale and exhale, can you visualize the rib cage expand laterally? So as if there was a giant balloon
filling up within your belly, within your back body. Can you breathe more fully into the back space? Slowly walk your hands to the back of the mat. For Ragdoll Pose, grab for opposite elbows, let the head hang heavy. Shift the weight forward into the toes, back into the heels, and then find the weight stacked directly over the heels. A little bit bend in the knee. Maybe shake the head out, no and yes. Another nice little mandala shape here we're gonna do, opening up the side body. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna rotate your arms over to the right side of the mat. Turn your chest toward the front. Keep a little bend in the knee and rise all the way up. Your hands are still grabbing your elbows. And then you're gonna lower over to the left side of the mat. So side body stretch on the right. Keep the knees a little bit bent, drop the elbows back down to the ground, and now you're back into that ragdoll. Other side, bring the body over to the left. Rise it up, feel the side body lengthen. Move it over toward the right, left side opens as you lower all the way down. Just once more each side, move it over to the right, big breath in, let it be fluid. As you exhale, drop elbows over toward the left, lower down. Last one, over to the left, rise it up. Big inhale. As you exhale, lower arms down right side, come back to ragdoll. Nice work, guys. Downward facing dog, walk it up. Full breath in. Smooth breath out. Hover right foot just 3 inches off of the mat. Lift the leg, 3-legged down dog. Kick toes are still pointing down toward the mat. Turn the right toes out. Can you continue to drive the left sitting bone back toward the back of your mat? As the right toes karate kick the back wall, or the left right heel, I should say. Right toes face toward the right edge of the mat. And then bend the knees, stack the hips. Continue to lift the right knee high as you continue to draw the belly up and in. You can stay here, make big circles with the right knee. Bringing some space into that hip. Full breaths in and out. And we'll stop in 3-legged down dog kick. Reach the right leg high. Shift forward, single leg plank. Starting to build a little bit of heat here. Hover and hold. So the pelvis is neutral. Grip the earth with the palms. Can you feel the space between the shoulders? Draw right knee to nose. Continue to drag left heel back. Firm upper outer arm bones in as you gaze forward. Look forward and step forward. Right foot next to right thumb tip. Drop back knee down. Crescent moon Anjane. Reach arms up to the sky. So option here to sink your hips down a little lower or pull back. Really focusing on leveling the pelvis. Yogi's choice. Only be here for a beat. So wherever you are, find a little bit more length in the side body. Big breath. And exhale, release hands to the mat, straighten out your front leg, Ardha Hanuman. Option to grab the blocks and place them underneath your palms. But wherever you are, can you pull right sitting bone back? Maybe give your right knee a gentle bend so that you can pull the heart forward and surrender your nose down and out past the knee. Full breath. Rebend your front knee on your inhale, tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee. You're just gonna walk yourself around to a wide-legged forward fold. Drop your head down toward the mat. Slide your hands in line with the toes, take a halfway lift, inhale. Should feel a nice stretch along the wrists. Lower belly lifts, big breath. And exhale, fold forward. Drop the head down to the earth. Can you draw the sitting bones in toward one another? Lower belly scoops upward. And then halfway again, walk yourself around to the back of the mat. Ground down into your right palm. Lift your left arm high to the sky. So as you arrive here, can you pull the left hip back? Come up high onto the right fingertips so you can feel light underneath you. And a couple of big circles here. Drop your left arm toward the back of the room. Drag the fingertips on the earth. Reach forward, up and around.
So just lubricating the shoulder, a couple of big circles before we move into a longer hold. The next time you land with your left arm up to the sky, hold and breathe. Can you get so light on those lower fingers that they lift off the ground? Activate through the back leg, drive back through the right heel, take a big breath in. And exhale, release your hands down. Step it back, plank, vinyasa, high to low. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out, full inhale. Smooth breath out, exhale. Left leg high, inhale, three-legged down dog kick. Toes drive down to the earth to start, then turn the left toes out toward the left edge of the mat. Keep grounding down into the palms. Can you drive the right sitting bone back like you're still in down dog? And then bend the knees, stack the hips, open it up. Keep lifting the right shoulder away from the earth, squaring the sternum, the chest down toward the mat. Breathe deeply here, inhale. And exhale. Big circles, yogi's choice. If you want to rotate the knee, open and closed. You have a beat here to do so. Otherwise, just we'll all meet back in that three-legged down dog kick. Drive left heel back. Exhale, pull, shift forward, single leg plank. Hover left foot just an inch off of the earth. Can you feel the shoulders protract, which means you're really filling the space between the shoulder blades, and the heart pulls forward. There's a smooth sense of ebb and flow with the breath. Take a deep inhale. Left knee to your nose, carve belly up and in. Gaze forward. Step forward, left foot next to left thumb, tip, drop back, knee down, crescent moon, Anjane, reach arms high. And again, a moment to pause. Observe what the body needs. Can you ground down into the back shin? Scrub your left heel back. Lift up through the fingers so the side body expands long and free. And release your hands down, straighten front leg, Ardha Hanuman. Keep dragging left hip back till you feel the entire left side of the leg light up. And there's a gentle play here of pulling the chest forward and maybe perhaps lowering the belly closer to the thigh. Without any expectation on how far you should go, focus more on how your body's feeling here. Drive the toes back toward the face, maybe bend the left knee slightly. And then rebend front knee, low lunge, lift back knee off the mat. Pivot around, wide-legged forward fold again. Drop the head down to the earth. Fingertips in line with the toes. Feel the low belly lift. Big breath in. Smooth breath out. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk yourself back to the front of the mat. Right foot's in front, left palm down, right arm high. Big circles, reach left, right arm back toward the back of the room, drag fingertips down, reach the arm forward and then back up. Nice and gently a couple times. And slowly release your hand down onto the mat. Just step it back, vinyasa, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Full inhale. And exhale. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And bow and fold. Rise up, inhale. Virasana, arms, palms reach the sky. And hands draw to heart center as the crown lifts high. Close the eyes, take a beat, big breath in. Smooth breath out. Arms release down by the sides, arms up. Surya Namaskar A, we fold together and breathe. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant the palms, step, float, hop, vinyasa. Upward facing dog.
Downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 rounds of breath. And then bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And we bow and fold. Rise up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, palms kiss. And hands draw to heart center, Samasthiti. 2 more rounds on your own, traditional Surya Namaskar A. Feel free to skip it if you're not feeling it today. Take flight as you're ready. We'll all meet back in that downward facing dog together. Meet back in downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 rounds of breath, coming back to a consistent inhale and exhale. Feel the beat of your heart. Breath in. Smooth breath out. Gripping the earth with the palms. Lift the right leg up and back, 3-legged down dog kick. Shift forward into single leg plank. Hold and breathe. Just building a little bit more heat. Drive back, 3-legged down dog kick. And release foot down. Other side, 3-legged down dog kick. Shift forward, single leg plank, hold and breathe. 3-legged down dog kick. And left foot down to the mat. Full breath in and out. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Halfway, breathe in. And exhale, fold. Feet hip width distance apart. Sink your hips down in back chair pose, Katasana. So as you drive the heels back, can you lift all 10 toes off of the mat? Spread the toes wide and then slowly place, hello mouth, place each toe down one at a time, gripping the earth underneath you. Drive a little bit more energy down and back. Reach up to the fingertips up to where the front wall and sky meet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chair plane, drag fingertips on the earth, drive the palms back. Like you're holding an imaginary block. Can you lift the triceps to the sky? Feel the low belly lift. Shift the weight into the right foot and begin to draw your left leg back for warrior 3. We're only here for a beat. As a transition, take a big breath in. Step it back, warrior 1, feet. Reach the arms high to the sky. So as you land in warrior 1, it's a little heel to heels traditional, but you can make it a little wider. In my opinion, I like a little wider stance. Ground down through the back foot. Reach up through the fingers. Can you square the sternum toward the front as you drive the back foot down into the mat? Visualize chair with your front thigh. And keeping that position, open up your arms and legs for warrior 2. So you're just gonna really just turn your back foot out so that your back foot is more or less parallel with the back edge of the mat. Keep hugging right hip underneath you. Maybe gaze over the middle index finger. Find a little bit more depth. Sink down into your front lunge. Full breath in. Smooth breath out. Flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, paint the sky up and back.
Take a big breath in. And exhale, extended side angle. Place your hand on the inside of the foot today on a block, or maybe on your fingertips. Reach the left arm up to the sky. As you come into extended side angle, continue to pull the right hip back. Drive the right knee forward so the knee is stacked over the ankle and maybe reach top arm overhead. Pinky tip spins down as the thumb tip spins up toward the sky. Feel the upper back broaden and widen as you draw the heart upward, a little bit of revolve of the chest. Full breath. Find your edge here, teetering on that line of ease and effort. Last 2 breaths. And listen here, friends, you're just gonna lower your left palm down, circle around again into that wide-legged forward fold, but this time you're gonna bend into your left knee, coming into Skandasana toward the back of the mat. Flex your right toes up toward the sky. Use your left, I'm gonna turn around so that you can see me, but use your left arm and the inside of the left leg, reach right arm high. You can stay here, or option to take a bind. Full breath in. Slowly release the palms down. You're just going to rotate around to the back of the mat, squaring the front foot with your palms. Toe heel your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Hands come on the inside of the left foot. Draw the right or the left foot up toward the booty as you bring the left knee to left tricep. Hold and hover for 3. Just 2. And 1. Extend left leg back, single leg plank. Heart pulls forward. Bend left knee. Pivot on the outer edge of the right foot. Flip your dog. Left toes touch down. Left arm reaches high. Maybe extend it overhead. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Left arm high. Pivot back. Just come right through that vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Smooth breath out. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Back of the mat, I should say. Halfway lift. Should be facing the back. Exhale, fold forward, feet hip width distance apart, chair pose, boots Katasana. Sink low, reach it up. Drive back into the heels, again, feeling the toes lift, and then spread the toes wide as you lower them down. Pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. Really gripping the earth. Chair plane, drag fingertips back. Lower belly lifts. Sitting bones drop down to the ground. As you're holding that imaginary block, can you shift the weight into the left foot? Begin to extend right leg back. Warrior 3. Dial down the right hip. Feel the length from the crown of the head all the way through the toes. Reach back so far that maybe the right toes touch down. Warrior 1, you'll rise up. Settle in. So try to keep that chair pose in the front leg. Pull the left hip back. So you stamp into the back foot. Let that be your anchor to really revolve the heart forward. Palms can kiss overhead. Full expression, big breath in. And open it up, warrior 2. Settle in. Press down into that back foot. Continue to drive the outer edge of the left knee toward the pinky toe side edge of the foot. Flip the left palm, reverse your warrior, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Left hand on the inside of the foot, right arm high to the sky. Notice here if the left booty is popping out to the left, can you pull up underneath you? Maybe stay high onto the left fingertips. Many of us can hop the back foot in slightly so you can keep stacking the front knee over the ankle. And maybe reach top arm overhead. Bow the palm down. So you can really wrap the tricep down toward the cheekbone. And use the counteraction of the chest rolling up to feel a little bit of a twist in the heart up toward the sky. Full breath. And release, right hand down to the mat. Walk it around, wide-legged forward fold, just a transition, halfway lift. Bend into your right knee, Skandasana. So you're back at the front of the mat. Ground down into the right foot a lot. So feel the entire foot grounded, not just the inner arch, but the outer arch. Right arm down, left arm high. You can stay here. You can take that full bind. You're craving it. Wherever you are, breathe fully. And can you continue to notice the entire right foot grounding into the earth? A lot of times we draw inward into the inner arch. Last breath. And release the grip if that's where you were. Rotate yourself around to the front into that low lunge. Toe heel your right foot to the edge of the mat. Ground down into the palms. And can you bring the right heel to the glute? Right knee, right tricep. Feel your shoulders press away up to the sky. Big breath in. Extend right leg back, single leg plank. Bend the knee, rotate on the outer edge of the left foot, flip the dog, big breath in. Full breath. Right arm high. And vinyasa, flip all the way around with control. Up dog, breathe in. And downward facing dog. Full breath. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, we fold. Big toes together to touch, chair pose, Katasana. Rise all the way up, hands come to heart center, Samastitihi. Taking Surya Namaskar A, Surya Namaskar B, chair pose, here we go. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step, float, hop back. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Just step right foot forward, rise up, Vira one. Release hands down. Step it back, vinyasa. Bring your left foot forward. Pivot back foot flat, rise up, warrior one. And release hands down. Vinyasa. Give yourself 3 rounds of breath here. Coming back to the mat. Observe how the body's slowly opening up, minute by minute. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold, chair pose, Utkatasana. Stand up all the way up, hands come to heart center. 2 rounds, Surya B on your own. Maybe blast the music and take flight as you're ready. Chair pose, warrior one, warrior one. Vinyasas in between. As always, feel free to add or subtract your craving. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog after you've taken 2 rounds. Let this Surya be an opportunity to explore. Make it your own.
haven't started the second round, go ahead and start now. As you're done, meet in downward facing dog or take a child's pose. Give yourself a beat, towel off. Maybe stack the palms. Come back to the breath. Fill your entire back body as you breathe in. Smooth breath out. Inhale. And exhale. If you're not already in downward facing dog, meet us in down dog. Adding on to our sequence, bend the knees, step the gaze, step, float, hop. Top of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And we fold with the exhale, feet hip width distance apart, chair pose, Katasana, sink low, reach high. Bring the hands into heart center. Shift the weight into the left foot. Figure 4, cross right ankle on top of left knee. So option here, you can keep your chest lifted. Maybe continue to draw the sitting bones back and reach the crown of the head forward. But regardless of where you are, can you focus on the left leg being in that chair pose? And from deep within the right hip socket, externally rotate the right leg. Not coming into that arm balance today, but come right back into chair, release right foot down, arms high, big breath in. Chair plane, exhale, drag fingertips on the earth, lift triceps to the sky. Same work, shift weight into right foot, drive left leg back, warrior 3. Nice bend in that right leg. Reach back through the left toes. Release right hand down onto the mat or onto a block. And begin to turn your left toes out toward the right, half moon. Option to keep a little bend in that right knee so that you can continue to firm the right hip back. Maybe gaze back to see if your heels are aligned. It says if you're in triangle but on one leg. Big breath in. And then just step it back. Maybe move the block back with you, triangle pose. Ground down into your back foot. Can you stand in the back leg? Drag the sternum forward and lift your calf away from the earth. Big breath. Bend into your right knee, rise up, warrior 2. Take a moment here, catch your breath. Maybe close the eyes for a beat. Soften stepping. And straighten your front leg, turn your back toes out, get big into star pose, and then exhale, goddess pose, turning around so you can see, sink low. Hands can come on the thighs. Just drop right shoulder down, gaze toward the left. Stretching the inner thighs. Gaze over the right shoulder. Full breath in. And then come back to center, reach the arms out to the side. Bring your thumb and index finger to touch. The palms are face down, turn them up toward the sky. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Soften the front ribs. Drive weight into the heels as you lift the crown of the head up and sink the sitting bones down. You're just gonna pulse here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach arms to the sky, warrior 2 to face the back. Bend into your left knee. Reach the arms out long, stand into the back foot, take a deep breath in. And just lower all the way down so that you're facing the back of the mat, still in that low lunge. Listen here, pivot on the outer edge of the right foot, step it back, Shabasana. Ground down into your right palm, lift your left arm up to the sky. Can you draw the left hip forward slightly? So the big toes are touching and there's a little bit of sliver of space between the heels. Big breath in. And exhale, release forearm down, forearm plank, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, reach right arm high. Big toes together to touch, draw right hip forward. Big breath in. And then come into forearm plank, both forearms on the mat. Can you parallel the forearms with the edges of the mat? Drop the sitting bones down for the low belly lift. And spread the palms wide like you're gripping the earth. Moving into this together, just slowly walk your toes in for dolphin. We're not going to be here long. It's just a transition. So when you're here, can you bend the knees a little bit? Get that nice shoulder stretch by pressing down into the forearms, press your chest back toward the thighs, gaze back toward the heels. Big breath. And then gaze forward. Listen here, we're gonna move into a Chaturanga. I promise it sounds way more complicated than it is. You're gonna gaze forward, use your hands, keep them where they are, and just launch yourself forward, Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Last side, bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop, top of the back of the mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. And we fold, exhale. Chair pose, feet hip width distance apart. Sink low, reach high. Bring your hands into heart center. Shift your weight into your right heel. Cross left ankle over right knee. Observe how this side may feel a little different. Can you drag the right sitting bone back? Feel the low belly lift as the chest and the heart lifts toward the palms. Full breath. Keep the chair in the right leg. Just step the left foot down, coming back into chair pose. Shift the weight into the left foot. Chair pose, arms reach high. Chair plane, drag fingertips on the earth, triceps to the sky. Shift weight left foot, warrior three. Drag right heel back. Keep a bend into that left knee, just like chair pose. So nothing's really changing here. Pull the right toes back, crown of the head forward. And then release your left hand down. Reach your right arm high, turn the right toes out, half moon. Keep drawing the left sitting bone back and feel your heart open up toward the right side of the mat. I don't know about you, but a lot of times I lift my leg too high. Can you drop the leg a little bit? Pigeon toe the toes slightly down. And then take a full breath in, get long. Step it back, triangle pose. Can be on a block or on your shin. Ground down into your back foot. And use that as your anchor to lengthen the sternum forward. Twist your chest up toward the sky. Full breath. Rise up, warrior two, inhale. Only here for a beat. Star pose, inhale, heels in, toes out. Exhale, come right back into goddess pose, sink the hips down low. We're only here for a beat. Find a little bit more depth. Pulse it low for 3. Just 2. And 1, inhale, get big, star pose, warrior 2, back to the front. Right knee bends, reach the arms out long. Big breath. Release the palms down. Lift the back heel, ground into the left palm, and then pivot on the outer edge of the back foot, Vashisthasana, side plank. We're almost there, friends. Draw right hip forward. Tailbone drops down toward the earth. Big inhale. And exhale, release right forearm down. Vashisthasana on the right, pivot on the outer edge of the right foot, lift left arm high. Breathe. Feel the body shake. Last two. Forearm plank 1. Parallel the forearms, the outer edges of your mat. Take a full inhale and exhale here. Really drive energy back through the heels. Spread the palms wide. Same transition. You're just going to walk the toes in. Dolphin pose. Let the head drop for a moment. Bend the knees a little bit so you can really press the chest back toward the thighs. Lower belly lifts. Big inhale. Gaze forward. Ground into the palms, shift forward, Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Sigh it out, exhale. Shift forward into plank and just lower all the way onto your belly. Stack your palms, let your forehead rest on the top of your hand. Breathe fully into the back body. Exhale it out. Feel your heartbeat reverberate against the earth and the rise and fall of your chest. Cactus out your arms. And from here, you're going to actually gaze toward the left elbow. Make sure the elbows are actually, both of them are in line with the shoulders or maybe even a little bit above the shoulders. Tent your left fingers next to your face. Bend your left knee so your heel's pointing up to the sky. You're going to rotate on the outer edge of your right hip. Let your right ear drop down to the mat and maybe tap the foot onto the mat behind you. Nice shoulder stretch. Start to bring the practice down the other side of the mountain. Breathe fully across the chest. Roll back onto your belly. Switch it out other side. So cactus out your left elbow. Make sure the elbow's a little higher than the shoulder. Tent the right fingers. Gaze toward the right. Drop left ear down. Roll onto the outer edge of your left hip and maybe bend the knee and drop the foot on the outer side of the mat. Breathe. Notice how one side may feel a little different than the other. And slowly bring yourself back to your belly. Slide the palms back next to your low ribs, baby cobra, inhale. Exhale, tap forehead down. Reach arms by your sides, palms down, thumb tips to the edges. Modified Shalabhasana, lift shoulders, lift legs, keep palms grounded. You can stay here. If you're already ready for more, feel free to add on by bending the knees, reaching back and grabbing for the outer ankles. Or floor bow, drive the shins back. Again, it's not about the shapes that you're making, but more about the quality of the movement, the quality of the breath. Last inhale, wherever you are. And slowly lower down, stack palms, gaze toward the right, left ear down. Just wiggle your hips side to side. Breathe fully into the back body, inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. One more back bend. Chin back to the earth, arms by the sides, palms facing down. Lift shoulder heads, lift toes, lift head. You can stay here, or option 2 is to bend the knees, reach back and grab for the outer edges of the ankles and heels, and kick back to floor roll. Wherever you are, for the low belly engage, as you kick back with the shins. Gazing forward, last breath. And release it down, opposite ear to the mat. Stack the palms, let the right ear drop. Gaze toward the left. Big breath in. Sigh it out, exhale. And slowly bring your chin back to center. Last down dog, just press it back. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Full breath in. And let it go. Bend the knees, set the gaze, step, float, hop all the way through, come into a seat. Reach the legs out long in front of you, shake it out. From here, you're just gonna bend your right knee. Bring the right foot over the left leg, shift onto the outer edge of the left hip and pull the left heel in toward the glute for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Hook the left elbow around the right knee, bring the right hand behind your back. As you draw the belly in toward the thigh, lift up through the crown of the head, full breath in. And exhale, revolve the chest, gaze over right shoulder. Big inhale. Bring your chest back to center. You're gonna walk your left heel forward slightly, coming into Gomukhasana, stack your knees. Flex your feet a lot, lift the chest, big breath. And fold. Keep dragging the right hip down toward the mat. If you have any feeling of tension or this doesn't feel right on the knees, go ahead and grab a block and place it underneath the knees. Maybe close the eyes, full breath in. Sighing it out. Slowly rise back up. Listen here, it's a little bit wonky of a transition. You're just gonna bring your hands over to the left side of the mat. You're gonna keep walking your hands all the way around, so you're unwinding. Send your butt up high in the air. Walk all the way around until you come right back into the other side. Left knee's on top, Gomukhasana. Flex the feet, lift the chest, and fold forward. Stack the knees. Drop the left hip down. Let go of any tension that you might be feeling by sending the energy and the breath directly to that point. Notice with every exhale a feeling of release, of letting go. Every exhale, can you let go fully? Slowly rise back up. You're gonna shift the weight into your right hip, draw the right foot underneath you, and just move the left foot up so that you can stamp the left foot down. Ardha Matsyendrasana, hook right elbow, bring left hand back, lift the chest, belly to thigh, and then gaze over left shoulder. Keep drawing left shoulder underneath you, pulling the gaze inward. Slowly gaze over your right shoulder toward the front and then unravel. Reach the legs out long in front of you, shake it out.
Moving into our last pose, Uttanasana, extend the legs out long to a V. Doesn't need to be too wide, just thick enough that feels good for you. To take a moment here, ground down through the sit bones, lift the head, and then walk yourself forward as far as you possibly can go comfortably. So noticing the sensations of the end of the practice versus where we were in the middle versus the beginning. Find a different quality, a different level of focus here. Slowly rise back up. You're gonna bend your knees, grab for underneath the knees, close your knees like a book. Just make your way onto your back. Plug the knees into the chest, hug them inward. Maybe take happy baby for your last pose, or anything else that you're craving. Wherever you are, can you take a full breath in through the nose? Side out the mouth. The next breath or two. Slowly begin to transition your way into Shabasana. Turning the palms up next to you. Wiggle the shoulder blades underneath you. Allow the breath to return back to its normal cadence. We'll be here for just a few moments. Shabasana. Place your hands over your body. Tapping back into the breath and the heartbeat. Reaching your right arm overhead, roll into the right side. Keeping your eyes closed, slowly press yourself up to a seated meditation position. Your palms face up on your thighs. And then bring them up to your heart space. Thumb into heart, heart back out into thumb, slight tuck of the chin, connecting down and in. Take a full breath in through your nose. Side out the mouth. And as always, bring your thumbs to your third eye. Loka, Samasta, Sukhi no Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the work we do here on our mat offer up to that freedom. Take a full breath in.
Bow down in humble gratitude. Namaste, yogis.